It's movie time! Power Rangers, the movie, is a story of the evil witch Rita Repulsa coming to Earth to destroy life as we know it on Earth. First off, Power Rangers the movie is way better than the first movie. It's not the same as the show. They changed some things up, but I like the changes. What can I tell you about it? Well, no spoilers. Now the story is about these 5 kids who come across these power coins in the middle of a construction site. These 5 coins give them superpowers to help them fight Rita Repulsa, an evil witch from the past trying to destroy the world. There is some amazing character development, some amazing action, some awesome callback, and it fixes a lot of issues that were there with the original season. I really like what the Power Ranger movie did with the characters versus how they were originally designed. Now in the original show and in the original movie, the characters of the Power Rangers were really good kids. Like, these kids would become humanitarians and Captain America, like really good moral kids. And when they became Power Rangers, they were those same kids doing great, awesome stuff. This movie goes the opposite. It shows broken characters, people ostracized from society who have been forcibly pushed out, and it shows these damaged characters and how they morph into these idealized Rangers who are pure good, who fights pure evil. Now I really enjoyed the 5 Rangers' different personalities. So for example, we've got Jason. Jason is a great Red Ranger since he is a troubled leader. He is haunted by his bad mistakes as a leader and now is forced to step up to the challenge. And I think he was a great role model for leader types. Kimberly is a great Pink Ranger for the fact that she is the girl who had it all and lost it. She's a bad girl turned good. Billy the Blue Ranger is probably going to be the film favorite. Billy is a great Blue Ranger since he's pure and good and sweet, but he has no social boundaries and he doesn't know when he's crossed the line and when he's done something wrong. Teeny, being the Yellow Ranger, actually brought in some perspective from what the original Yellow Ranger was supposed to do. She was the outsider, the new girl, the girl who no one ever understood, and the reason why they don't understand her is very fascinating and really telling of how mature this movie is taking itself. And finally, Zack. Zack is the Black Ranger, is my personal favorite. I've been a huge fan of the Black Ranger ever since the original Zack was there, and this guy lives up to the reputation. Coolest guy there, fearless, and absolutely a great guy. I want to see this actor in more movies, and I love that personality type. There was also a really fun change of pace with Zordon. He isn't the wise Yoda sage master like he was in the show. He is a person. He's got problems. He's got issues. He's still getting over certain things. And Zordon and Jason butting heads over how they think the team should be led, I thought was a great dynamic and a sense of humanity that I'd never seen before in Zordon. So this was an awesome change of pace for him. And finally, Rita Repulsa has never been scarier. She had some awesome funny moments. She had some terrifyingly scary moments. And what she was trying to accomplish and how she was trying to accomplish it was straight out of a nightmare. And I think it was great that they were able to incorporate a lot of iconic Rita-isms, like her laugh, her walk, her jokes, but they turned up the psycho and made it just terrifying. And I think that was a great direction for them to go. Now, the story of the Power Rangers movie is very similar to how an episode would go, with Rita trying to take over the world using putties, using giant monsters to attack Angel Grove, and the Power Rangers having to show up and stop her. The difference this time is there's a point to it. Rita has to be in Angel Grove for a reason. The Power Rangers have to stop her for a reason. Her giant monster is that size for a reason. They didn't really change anything too differently from the canon of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all the way up to Power Rangers in Space. They didn't change any of that canon. They just made it more clear. And I think that was a great move on their part. And I think that was a great call. So first-timers of Power Rangers would understand exactly what the stakes are and what only the Power Rangers can do to stop her. Now, I'm not going to lie, the Power Ranger movie does have problems. Interesting side piece about the Power Ranger movie is, like in the Power Ranger show, that is known for its repetition, playing the same transforming scene over and over and over, showing the same robot transformation, showing the same finishing move, just consistently repeating itself. This movie has a similar quirk, and I thought it would be closer to how the TV show did it, because I'm a huge fan of that and I will never get bored of Power Rangers morphing. In the movie, they did a similar trope, but instead of doing it as tropes that are repeated in TV shows, they did it as tropes that are repeated in movies. So they had a lot of slow-mo fighting, a lot of money shots, a lot of cliches that you know are in these type of movies. And it reminded me a lot of Deadpool, where you know what these cliches are, but I believe they did it with a point. If I was a first-time viewer, I would consider this boring or overplayed, but I think they did this as a point because that's how Power Rangers is. Now, as for the Ranger costumes themselves, I actually really liked how they were presented. They were very vibrant, very colorful, reminded me a lot of how the Power Rangers were in the show. And when the suits came on the scene, they looked amazing. Now, the one thing that was interesting about Rita was how her magic was implicated. Her putties and Goldar were all animated living things. They all had personality. I was a little sad that none of them talked or made any noises. That was a little sad to me, but they all had personality. They all moved in very unique ways to those putties and to Goldar. I would have preferred Rita having some evil minions to talk with, but I think that was going against the vibe of this first movie. Now, Power Rangers is a movie I'm definitely watching again. I highly suggest you watch this, and bring your kids along. Now, this movie had depth to it. The characters were deep and thoughtful, and they had great arcs they went through. But at the same time, you could dive right into your inner 5-year-old and enjoy this movie. So I'm going to watch the movie. You guys should totally watch the movie, and thanks for watching.